Hello and welcome to Community Cooking. I'm your host, Kirk Leins, and in our kitchen today, we have a familiar face. With me is Dave Gieselman. Dave, how are you, man?
I am excellent. How are you?
I'm great. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Now, you know what? Today's menu is very exciting for me because it is somewhat the basis of how we know each other.
Indeed.
So getting everyone up to speed, you and I met at a jiu-jitsu tournament and sort of bonded over our love of the sport and then our love of food because you have a catering company.
Right.
And just have become friends. And friends, we train together, we hang out together. And the meal that you're making today is something that's very sort of like congruent with the jiu-jitsu lifestyle.
Right. What we're doing today is we're doing Açai bowls, which is in one of the things they never tell you about when you begin Brazilian Jiu Jitsu is that you're going to get addicted to these things because they're very much ingrained in the Brazilian Jiu Jitsu culture.
Açai is everywhere. It's basically a berry.
It's a berry that comes off a palm that's native to Central and South America.
Okay.
It is a super high antioxidant. It has per serving over 4,000 milligrams of omega-3, omega-6, and omega-9 fatty acids.
It's definitely what they would consider a superfood.
It is.
And delicious.
It's terrific.
And we're going to like get a bunch of people addicted to this right now, aren't we?
That's the plan. You make these things and they're dairy-free, they're gluten-free, they're sugar-free. There's no added sugar. It's just the natural. And the interesting thing about the acai berry, it has very, very little natural sugar. Well, it's like if you were to take a perfect mix of blueberry and chocolate and kind of...
Unsweetened chocolate, like
exactly.
Right, pure chocolate. Right, yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. I didn't think of it that way. All right, where would you like to start?
Well, we're going to make a few different bowls. And one of the toppings, one of the traditional toppings on them is granola. So let's make a batch of granola first.
You know, I'm so glad you're doing this because first of all, granola is expensive.
It is.
You go to the store and I mean, like $6 doesn't get you a whole lot of granola.
Right.
You know, and so to make it ourselves, it's a lot more cost effective and I think far more delicious.
And insanely easy.
Right. Let's get started. Where would you like to start?
Okay, we are going to start. We have a bowl of just rolled oats, not the instant.
Right.
Just rolled oats.
Nothing quick cooking because that's going to mess us up. This has to be the old-fashioned oats.
It's the old-fashioned
Right,
oats.
okay.
Okay, so we're going to start with about 3 cups of those. And what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the stove. I have a quarter cup, half a stick of butter.
Okay.
Okay. We are going to add about a third of a cup of honey.
All right.
And we're just heating this up. We're just melting the butter. If you want to go completely dairy-free, you can do this with vegetable oil. You can do it with olive oil. You do not require butter.
Yeah, I've done it with canola oil.
Right.
Because it's, not that it doesn't have a lot of flavor to it, actually no flavor at all, so it works perfectly.
Right. Tablespoon of vanilla extract.
Okay.
I like to add a little bit of maple syrup, just a
Nice.
tablespoon of maple syrup.
Sure. Giving it that spice profile.
Right.
So nice.
Right. 3 tablespoons of brown sugar.
All right. So a little more sweetness with some viscosity from the molasses that's in brown sugar.
Right.
All right.
And here's a mix of cinnamon, mace, nutmeg, and allspice, just to give it some flavor, some spice.
That's what I'm talking about. That right there, that for me, that is a comfort zone.
Right.
It's just incorporating ingredients and melting
hot.
it down.
Exactly, that's all we're doing.
And that is a whole lot of deliciousness right there. I mean,
Right.
You can make bananas Foster out of that, right?
Right. This granola also, it doesn't require all the sugar. The sugar is what hardens up the
Right, kind of
granola.
binds it together.
Right, but it's absolutely not a requirement for good granola. You can use a little bit of the canola and have a looser a looser baked granola.
Sometimes what I'll do too is I'll cut down on sugar and replace it with like orange juice.
Exactly.
Like freshly squeezed orange juice.
That you reduce.
Uh-huh.
Exactly.
And you know what's great? I mean, you know, like if you have kids, what a great like not only a breakfast but like a snack. I mean, it's like something that you know you can put in a little bowl and they can snack on it after school or something like that. And
Exactly.
super healthy, super good. And we are going to top our acai bowls with this.
Right. So we just add this to our oats.
It's looking delicious already. Right. You know, granola too, really versatile. I mean, you can add so many different things to this.
You can add a lot of things. And what we're going to add to this is I have some flax seeds.
So more omega-3s.
More omega-3s. Some almond slivers.
Protein.
Some coconut.
Deliciousness.
Deliciousness. And we're just going to mix this up, incorporate everything.
Yeah, it's great. I mean,
If I was in my kitchen and nobody was watching, I did this with my hands.
Right. Sky's the limit too. I mean, nuts. I mean, gosh, right? Everything. You could use some pecans in there.
Pecans, walnuts,
Right.
cashews, sunflower seeds.
Sunflower seeds. Excellent.
And you can get into some of the other ingredients I have in here, hemp seeds and
Sesame seeds.
all of it.
Yep.
All of it. All of it's good. All of it's healthy. And really the amount of sugar that we just added to this is relatively negligible.
Especially when you're talking about a per serving.
Right.
Because, I mean, that's making quite a bit of granola right there.
Right. And how much are you really going to eat in a shot?
Yeah. That's pretty filling stuff. That's the nice thing about it, is that it's a very like nutrient dense food. So that you know when you eat it, you definitely it sustains you.
Right.
Beautiful.
So we're spreading this out into a thin layer on a silicone pat, or you can use a little bit of pan spray just to keep
Real
this
quick,
from
before you
sticking.
cover this up, just, you know, what he's referencing is this little pad right here. It's called a silpat, and it's basically silicone and or silicone, and you can use it to bake pretty much anything, and nothing sticks to it.
Nothing sticks to it.
beautiful.
It doesn't melt. It's super high temp.
Right.
And for
Get it at any cooking store.
Right. For people who are concerned about their health, it's nice because it completely replaces the need to spray a pan with pan spray
Right.
or butter it or anything
Right.
else, because now you're not going to stick. Okay, so we have a oven preheated at 300 degrees.
Okay.
And this is going to go in for about 15 minutes. You're going to stir it around and then put it in for another 15 minutes until it's lightly golden. And that's it. You pull it out, let it cool.
Great. Okay, let me go plop this in. I think we've got one waiting in here for us, right?
We have one that is already cooled in the bottom there.
Yep. And would you look at that? Granola.
So it's a nice golden.
Gonna have to take a quick try here.
Go in. And what
no.
you see is it's kind of set up. You're gonna have to break it apart. It's that sugar and honey it's kind of coming apart, and you taste the spices in it,
That's so good.
right? So
Oh my goodness.
what we're gonna do,
Like something, I mean, you know, you would think that you had gone to the store, and I mean, it's better than anything, but I mean, it doesn't, a lot of times, you know, sometimes homemade products, you might not think they sort of measure up to some store-bought things. Like this might be one of those things. No, not true. It's better.
right?
Better. Really, really good. Wow.
And we're gonna take this,
I could eat that every day.
right? No, I actually do.
I do eat that every day.
I eat one of these acai bowls that we're gonna make every day for breakfast. And it's a phenomenal breakfast and
And, you
really
know,
sustaining.
And you know that's the beautiful thing about what we're about to do. It's not just breakfast, right? I mean, acai bowls are kind of we use them for all sorts of things. So you're going to kind of get into that
We're
later.
going to get into that. What I'm going to do with this, we're just going to mix a little bit of dried currants. You can do any kind of chopped fruit you'd like to get into that and just mix it on
And
up.
you want to do that at this point because if you did that in the baking process, it would get hard as rocks,
It would
right?
get hard as rocks.
Right.
It would. Some of them would melt. They
Burn,
they,
taste
they
bitter.
leach. Yeah.
So there we go. Look at that. Dude, awesome.
So now we have a great, and you could go straight into a bowl with some milk over the top of this.
Yeah,
and,
for sure.
And you have a great breakfast.
All right, so what's next?
Okay, so next we're gonna make the acai. We're gonna make the sorbet. Now, what we're making today is acai bowls. which is very traditional Brazilian food. They eat it all the time. And you start with acai puree, with a pulp. The berries don't travel very well, so they puree them and freeze them.
Right, and where can we find that puree?
In any of your higher end grocery stores, health food stores. You can order from Amazon.
Typically, like in the freezer section, it comes frozen.
In the freezer section, and in your health food stores, they sell it as powders, any number of ways. For this purpose, we want to use the frozen acai pulp.
Right. Okay.
So let's get started. I have some frozen acai pulp, and because it's unsweetened, what we're going to do is we're going to sweeten it with frozen pineapple.
Beautiful.
Because we're not adding a bunch of sugar to this.
Beautiful.
It's a health-conscious food. I have it right in the freezer.
Why don't I go grab that for you? Be right back.
While you're doing that, up here I have all the ingredients that we're going to top these things with: fresh berries and peanut butter and hemp seeds and bee pollen and coconut, goji berries, cocoa nibs, flax seeds,
All
honey.
sorts of stuff that can come from the Torrance Farmers Market, right?
Indeed.
All right, so here we go.
And we're going to start, and we're going to put this right into the blender. Any blender will do this just fine.
And you want to put that in its frozen state.
You want to put this in a frozen state. In the packages, I tend to break it up before I open the packages. I was doing this earlier. They were watching me whack these things with a knife. It's just a small 7-ounce package. I use 2 packages of acai.
Okay.
The other...
Per bowl?
Per bowl.
Okay.
Per bowl, per serving. The other great addiction in Brazilian Jiu Jitsu culture, which nobody mentions on your first day, is coconut water.
Oh my gosh, right?
Okay.
Now, I mean, and you know, it's nice because this is actually starting to kind of become a part of, I think, other cultures now in terms of like exercise and fitness.
Right.
And the reason is that it's great for hydration.
Contains all 5 of your body's needed electrolytes.
Right.
Naturally, it's a great rehydrator.
It's delicious.
It's delicious.
And now what's important though is if you're shopping for coconut water, look on the back of the package and it should only have 1 ingredient.
It should only have coconut water, and it should be not from concentrate.
Correct. It should be fresh coconut water. If you see sugars, if you see flavorings, other stuff,
Forget about it. There's a lot of great products on the market. They're ubiquitous. They're everywhere.
And if you're a newcomer to it, I would suggest the first time trying it very cold.
Very cold.
Because it's slightly more viscous than water.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's a little bit warmer, it can be a little off-putting for some people. So cold.
Right, and that's usually how you get introduced to it. Is you come off a tournament mat, you're dripping sweat, and somebody hands you one of these fresh out of some ice, and you chug it down,
guzzle it, right?
and kind of come back to life.
Exactly.
And like, wow. So we're going to sweeten this acai because this is unsweetened acai. They have some that's sweetened with like guarana or natural cane sugar.
Okay.
I like to, and it's just fine. I like to sweeten it with pineapple.
Pineapple's delicious.
I avoid sugar. And this is, once again, frozen pineapple.
Okay.
Because we want to keep everything nice and cold.
Right.
Okay. We are adding coconut water, maybe a cup.
Just to give it a little bit of...
Just to get it moving.
Right.
Just to get it moving.
Because when this is done, this is going to almost have the consistency of like a sorbet.
This is a sorbet, exactly.
Sherbet or something like that.
Exactly. I'm going to just spin this up. Takes less than 30 seconds in a decent blender.
And there you go.
There you go.
And acai is almost served. Oh, look at that.
All right.
So good, so refreshing. I mean, can't recommend this stuff enough.
Okay, and here we are. We're at our
Look at that.
At our nice ice cream consistency.
Right.
I eat one of these for breakfast every morning. I get to eat ice cream for breakfast.
I know, right?
The first,
great way to sell this to your kids, too, right?
The first time my son saw it, he lost his mind.
Right.
You're eating ice cream for breakfast, Dad?
Right. It's kind of got that purplish color, so it looks like, you know, something far more like bad for you.
Right.
You know,
it's
or some bad for you. It's not bad for you
beautiful
at all.
color. And now here's the great part of this, because we're now at a basic sorbet.
Right.
And we can now go in any direction with this.
We have this melange of healthy ingredients here that we can kind of throw in, and you know, that's a nice thing to be able to personalize this.
Right. Let's start with a basic bowl. Okay, let's go with,
Right.
with super traditional.
Hook me
So
up.
we're gonna you're gonna slice up 2 strawberries there.
Sir.
We're gonna put some granola. We are gonna put some of these strawberries,
All right.
and
What else do you need?
and sliced up half a banana. Actually, I'll grab a banana and get that
Okay.
that
Got
going.
the strawberries. Yeah, sky's the limit here, right? I mean,
Exactly. So throw those strawberries on there.
yes, sir. Would you like me to kind of put that on a different side here?
Any way you like.
right.
Any way you like. There's no rules. Also, you can, when you do this, you can incorporate, because you're going to top this with about half a banana, you can also incorporate the other half a banana into this
Sure.
into this sorbet, and it gives it some some viscosity.
Yeah, a really nice body to it, I would imagine. Right.
Now we go
Shredded
a
coconut.
little bit of shredded coconut, and for just a basic bowl, this is the one you're going to get at any tournament, anywhere you go, any Brazilian food stand. You're going to see this bowl, and they're going to have some cocoa nibs on here, and this is the essence of chocolate.
Right.
Okay, this is chocolate before it's chocolate. These
Right.
are the
beans,
beans
right.
that are just chopped and toasted.
And something else that's super high in antioxidants.
Exactly. It's another superfood that's really hitting the market right now. That's really getting some notoriety. It's something that's healthy. It's a good energy booster. And so here we are.
Yeah. I'm staring at this bowl. Do you have a tasting spoon nearby?
I do.
Oh man. All right, here we go. Here we go. Oh man. All right, first of all, that is a legit acai bowl.
Right.
That tastes like exactly like something that you would get at a tournament. Mm-hmm. It is so good. It is so refreshing. Oh my God. Like, I don't want to stop eating. I mean, it's a perfect amount of sweetness, not overly sweet, but definitely not lacking. The bitterness kind of, I think, sort of went away, I think, with the pineapple. And,
Right.
Just delicious. I could eat, it goes down so easy. I mean, when you saw that in there, I think when you think of ice cream, eating ice cream, I mean, it can kind of fill you up, and because of all the dairy
Right.
and whatnot. This, it just melts in your mouth, and it like goes away. Mm-hmm. Really delicious. Wow. Oh my God, I mean, seriously, every single day I could eat this.
Right. Well, I do. Do we have time to make another bowl?
Yes, we do.
I have another set of acai packs in there.
I'll go get it right now.
And this one, I'm going to throw this banana in, throw this half a banana in. This is the bowl I make absolutely every single morning for my own breakfast.
All right.
And what I add, because it's breakfast, I add a scoop of protein powder.
Oh, nice. Right. Why not?
Okay, this is morning. This is first thing in my day. This is the first thing I eat. I add psyllium, which is just fiber, so I'm adding some good fiber to my day.
Okay, so psyllium, it's
Psyllium husk.
right. It's a husk. So, like you said, it's a ton of fiber. And yeah, I mean that.
I tend not to get enough in my diet. I don't eat a lot of vegetables.
Well, that is like a fiber highway right there.
Right.
That is a ton of fiber. So just be warned.
Right. So, and this is just a super green powder.
And it's super green powder. That's something that you may have seen, not too familiar with what it is. It's typically things like spirulina, alfalfa, different like healthy grasses.
Green algae.
Green algae, right.
Once again, for people who just don't get enough.
Well,
vegetables.
That spirulina, from what I understand, is like one of the most nutritionally dense packed like plants on the entire planet.
Indeed.
And it comes from the sea.
Right.
It comes from the sea. Really, really healthy stuff. And you see these powders a lot that people mix into their green drinks. So it makes perfect sense that you would put it in here.
Right. Add a little bit of the coconut water just to get this.
All right, so it was, once again, it was protein powder, psyllium husks, more coconut water, and what else?
Half a banana.
Half banana.
And that's it.
Okay.
And that's it. You can put
no peanut butter or anything like that? Or?
You know, we're going to use that to top it.
Oh, okay.
On some of the other bowls. We're going to spin this. And here we go. Just knock this out.
I'm excited to try this too. So this is typically breakfast.
This is my breakfast every single day.
Great way to start the day.
It is. Pull this out.
And awesome too, like in warmer months, you know? I mean, so refreshing. It could be dessert.
It's a great summer snack. It's a great summer snack.
Yeah, you can see the consistency is a little bit thicker with that banana in there.
Right, right. As the psyllium as well. Into this one, we are going to put. We already have banana in there. So on this one, every morning, I put coconut.
Okay.
I put cocoa nib. If you want to hand me those blackberries.
Absolutely.
And some blueberries.
Great fruit. If you, it's like, sugars in general can be very sort of disruptive of diets and eating plans.
Right.
You know, they don't do a lot of great things for us in terms of, processing our food and being able to burn calories and maintain weight.
Right.
But, and you know what? And what people don't realize is that fruit has a lot of sugar in it.
Right.
But berries are generally things that are lower in sugar. So I eat a ton of berries, a ton.
And because this is morning, I'm going to burn this. I'm about to go to work.
Okay. Yeah, especially if you're doing it pre-workout.
Right.
Sometimes a little bit of sugar is not
I'm going to add a little bit of honey.
Okay.
Okay, just a little bit. I just want to make it tasty.
All right.
And here, I want you to go into that.
Okay, so this is morning.
This is morning. This is every morning.
I want a little bit of everything here.
Go deep.
All right. Oh, man. I might like that even better.
Right?
That's really good.
That is absolutely every morning, and I work hard. My day is long. I go to jiu-jitsu training afterwards, and this bowl. Just so you know, this bowl right here, with everything we just put in it, is about 700 calories, 750 calories. It's a great way to start your day.
But it sustains you. They're not empty calories.
They're not empty
They're
calories.
dense calories.
Dense calories.
Right. This is really good. And I love what the banana did to the consistency without it making it taste like banana.
Right.
You don't really pick up on the banana all that much.
No, but you sure are getting all that potassium. You're getting the texture.
That is super good. I think I might even like it better.
Well, let's talk about later in your day, because we looked at breakfast, we looked at basic.
Right.
Let's talk about pre-workout, post-workout, all the other ways that you can enjoy this product. I have some pre-scooped bowls in the freezer.
Okay.
And we're going to make a million different bowls of acai with different purposes for different parts of your day and your life.
I'm going to grab you a couple and we'll get started.
Perfect.
All right, here we go. So this is the mixture that has already been processed like what you showed.
Already been processed.
Okay.
This is exactly what we've done. Okay, pre-workout. All right, so we have our acai. Pre-workout, we're going to go granola.
All right.
And you're going to have to bear with me here. We want to hand me that peanut butter.
Sure thing.
So we now have granola. We now have a good
I was going to say, that's some nice peanut butter right there, isn't it?
This is
That's
fresh ground.
Right.
Fresh ground peanut butter.
From like the health food store?
Right.
Okay.
Let's see. From there, we're going to go, if you want to slice up a couple of strawberries.
All right. Let's do that.
Okay, and some more coconut. And here we have your pre-workout. You have protein. You have some sugar
carbs.
in there. You have some carbs.
Right.
Is that soft enough? It's straight out of the freezer.
A little bit. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this. I'm going to grab some of it because this is what I want to try. Yeah, it's straight out of the freezer, so it's not quite soft enough. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to try the peanut butter. I knew that was going to be good. I love peanut butter. And the combination of the peanut butter and the acai, like peanut butter and jelly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That is really good. Now, what is the avocado doing here?
Okay, here's the fun one. We call this one the black belt bowl.
Okay.
All right. This is post-workout. This is recovery. You just gave everything you had.
Okay.
You just worked out for 2 hours. So we're going to start with our acai bowl.
Okay.
All right. We're going to, if you want to peel 1/4 of those and just slice it up.
I got 1 minute left here, so.
Okay. We're going to add some goji berries, super high antioxidant. We're going to add some flaxseed, omegas.
People might be thinking, ooh, weird, avocado with like sweet stuff. Avocado is used in dessert in a lot of places throughout the world. You go to Indonesia,
right?
Places like that, they use avocado a lot of sweet applications.
Granola.
So don't be afraid.
Little bee pollen.
Yummy stuff.
And you're going to hit that container right now. There is hemp seed.
Little hemp seed, all right.
Hemp seed, and you're just going to go straight
Look at
in
that.
on
That's pretty, too.
It is. No, it's nice.
That's like a beautiful presentation right there.
All of these ingredients are doing different things to recover after your workout. You have some the nice fat from the avocado.
All right. Let me just take a quick taste here because I want to taste it with avocado. Great. Dave, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Acai bowls, I highly recommend making. Delicious, nutritious. You will not be sorry. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.
If you would like a copy of the recipe seen on this show, send a self-addressed stamped envelope to the Office of Cable and Community Relations, 3350 Civic Center Drive, Suite 200. That's in Torrance, California, 90503. Be sure to note the show number and the date you saw the show. And don't forget, you can find all the fresh ingredients used on today's show at the Farmers Market. Visit the one here in Torrance at Wilson Park. They're located at 2200 Crenshaw Boulevard. They're open every Tuesday and Saturday from 8 a.m. until 1 p.m., rain or shine. And if you'd like to be a guest on our show, give us a call at 310-618-5762 or email us at communitycooking@torranceca.gov.